Alright then, this is gonna be a very late video, honestly. Uh, hey everyone, Xhado here, and yeah, whole year of me actually doing reviews. Uh, this is gonna be different because normally I do have a script whenever I do stuff like this, but for this one, I guess I'm just going to go blind for this one. uh, I'm not gonna lie, last year when I actually started doing reviews, I did a crazy New Year's resolution for it. I promised myself that I would do 40 reviews before the year ended. I knew that wasn't going to happen. The reason I did it was so I could actually try to get to that point, or at least half of it, and it's we're going in blind. I don't care. It said I did maybe about 12 videos, 11 or 12 videos out of the whole year. Well, I can easily say that I am going to try to do better this year. Let me see. What have I actually listed myself here to talk about? The reason I actually want to try doing reviews is more because I wanted to try it. I want to try reviewing myself. Honestly, I've seen so many people actually do it, and I just why not give it a try? And it's fun. I can honestly say it is actually enjoyable when you actually look into a game's history, the development, all that. Especially when I actually learned about a few things about the game that I didn't expect myself. Um, Overall though, I did actually enjoy doing these reviews, and I know I can do better for like the future, so I can easily say that. Now, uh, now all the work I've done, it was literally my first attempt at actually doing this and actually using my editing software for it. It was honestly interesting to actually do this. Uh, I can easily say that these last vid, all these videos from this last year, I could do better. I honestly could, and I can easily say like there are some that I just some of it was bad, some of it was alright. I know I can do better. I can't say though, like the last couple of videos I have released have pretty much been me kind of half-assing it, but that's mostly because I think I just put too much. I put too much on my plate for my during October, because right there I was actually literally trying to do one review a week for it, and on the fourth week for Halloween, I actually have burned myself out on it. So like the last couple of videos have actually been, I want to say, pretty bad. I think the last one, the Parasite Eve review, was actually my worst one. I would actually say, and I'll get to that when I get to it. But I do know that I can do better. I can easily do better, and I plan to do better this year. Now, in one of my earlier reviews, I mentioned that I was going to work on an RPG, and I did. I actually have started work on it for like I've got maybe like 6 hours, 8 hours recorded, and I honestly like that was gonna be my next review after that one, but it was gonna be a long time, so I ended up working on. I don't remember what the next video was that I worked on, but I kind of just dropped it. I still have the footage recorded, and I'll tell you guys now. The game I was going to record and review was Legend of Dragoon for the PS1, and I think I read that. I think I look up every time I look up every time I think of a game I want to record and I want to review. I always look up on how long is it, or I forgot the name of the website. Honestly, it's how long something or other. And I think the game's like 40, 60 hours. And well, I still haven't gone past the first disc, pretty much. I still have my recorded footage for it. I might actually continue recording it, honestly. I also am thinking about maybe changing it to a different game. I don't know right now. More than likely I'll actually finish it because I honestly am curious about the game. Let's see what's next. Recording moments. Honestly, this was like honestly, I learned a lot on how to learn to record and edit. For one thing, I've learned how to actually place images and stuff like that into the videos. It's interesting. You can say that. I wasn't really expecting it to work like that for Sony Vegas, where it pretty much takes its own timeline, and you pretty much have to modify the timeline itself to actually have the images placed how you want them to be placed. I'm going to learn more on that myself as I go along, so that's going to be an adventure. Also, the reason I feel like Parasite Eve is also my worst video to do is because I pretty much record everything in like 2-hour segments or so, and unfortunately I decided to do the last part all in one go, and that last part was the warehouse, the museum, the final bosses, and I was recording the credits just because it's. I honestly don't know what. Oh right, now I remember why I was recording the credits. It was for the bonus point counter that showed up at the very end. Well, I had that all recorded. I didn't hit save. I didn't stop the recording because I was, recording the credits to get to that point. My computer shuts off, and I lost 3 hours of footage. That was painful, especially since I've already saved over that part where I started recording at that point. Oh my god. Yeah, that hurt. And and I was recording everything in the MP4 format. So yeah, once that happened, like I pretty much like just blanked out for like a few days figuring out what to do. Now I started recording everything in FLV, and once I finish recording, I just convert that to MP4. Excuse me. So yeah, that was a thing to learn. Oh, also, before that, I don't remember what I was recording at the time. Oh no. Now I remember. every time I recorded something, like this was maybe before October, before before the Halloween marathon I did on myself. I was recording. Every time I recorded, every time I stopped my recording and close OBS or Streamlabs OBS. That's what I use to record. It was like a 50-50 shot of it closing fine or giving me a blue screen. And it got to a point where I thought to myself, okay, this has gone far enough. Let's try to fix this. And here's the thing. My computer at the time was old. It was 5-6 years old by this point, and the only things and my plan honestly was to actually change each part slowly. Like 2 years before that, I've already changed the graphics card and the power supply on it, and I was thinking, all right, let's see what I can do let's see what I can do to fix this blue screen I'm having, because apparently it is like an internal software thing. I think. So I mess around with it. I think I've somehow solved it, and it keeps doing it to me. It keeps giving me the blue screen every time I try to solve it. And it gets to a point. It got to the point where I tried to start it up and it would not load at all. I tried to do a recovery. I can't remember the name of it, but it's pretty much where you wipe everything clean and you start fresh. I tried that. Nothing. I then decided, alright, something went wrong. I still have like my old laptop, which I don't use anymore. I go into that, I do a recovery disk. I put that on my computer. The hard drive was too old. So I decided to just straight up buy a new tower at the time, and that took me a little bit. Now I can record fine, no blue screens. But it was, honestly, if I actually switched the HDD to an SSD at the time, I would not have had any issues. I would say. Oh my god, and I've been struggling with that for years, honestly. Because that was also a computer that was changed from Windows 8 to Windows 10. So honestly, I think that transfer also messed with a few software things too, which I've been having issues with ever since from the beginning. So new computer, works fine. Alright, now for the changes with honestly, looking into all my recordings, only 2 games have actually needed updates from what I've pretty much mentioned. One is one second. I know, like, this isn't even like a proper script, but it was bothering me that I noticed it. So out of all the games I've reviewed, only 2 games needed updates for what I've mentioned before. Genzo Skydrift and Crash Team Racing. Genzo Skydrift, I've re-downloaded it, I've taken a look at it, I've also compared it with its Steam version. They have now both the same version. It has a new track, all that, and I think they are still going to be updating it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on it. But this will be the last time I mention it. But Genzo Skydrift has now caught up with the Steam version. Don't know about the online though. Maybe there's more people playing it, I'm not sure. But we'll see. For CTR though, Ah, man, that honestly kind of sucked now that I actually looked at it. Cause I thought like after the last big update, which added so many characters, I thought they would still keep adding more. But no, no new characters since the last update. So yeah, that was it for that was it for Crash Team Racing right there. It's still a good game. I still enjoyed I still enjoy playing it. But yeah, it seems like Crash Team Racing is not receiving any more new updates. I actually have kept a couple of lines that I actually kind of messed up when I was reading them off. I'll I'm yeah, I'm going to look into them a little bit, but I'll also mention like which review this was from in the video, and at this point, I'll cut it off right here, and you guys can just enjoy those. The game received high marks when it was released, and I actually picked up the game a few years later. I spent hours on the game. It was one of my favorites, and the what the fuck was that noise? Fast forward 2 decades and 2 more sequels to June 21st, 2019. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled releases, being developed by Beanox. Now to fun begins. What the fuck did I write right there? Each month we would receive new racers, cards, skins, skins and skins. The sequel is pretty much a full-on game compared to the first one. Now it sports a grand total of 13 stages, a hard difficult I fucking paused right there on the fucking T for difficulty. The game auto-saves you inside the final area, so if you want to collect those things, I have to... Shit! It's also a little disturbing seeing what seems to be ghosts in the dense... You can also continue ripping off clothing so long as anyone around you has weakened clothing, and the only thing you need to do is hit the correct button prompt to tear it off. To do... Okay, this is my first fuck up today. Okay, and now it begins. I think. Overall, what do I think about... nope. I'd say just wait for a sale on it. I've seen it go for about 60% off. And hey, something relaxing, right? No. Lollipop Chainsaw was released on the PS3. Oh, shit. Lollipop Chainsaw was released on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 on June 12, 2012. The game was developed by Grasshopper Manufacturer and published by Kadokawa Games and Warner Brothers. I couldn't find much in terms of development for the game before release, but 2 years before, Suda51 mentions that the game is going to be, in quotes, fun with freaky twists. Goichi Suda, or Suda51 as he's known by, is a designer, writer, and director for video games. Some of the games he's worked on are Killer 7, No More Heroes, and Killer is Dead. In fact, Killer 7 is what got him a lot of attention in the internationals. Ah, shit. Let's redo it. There are a lot of variations that show up during the game. I've mentioned the... Wait, when did I mention the Thresher? The story begins... Wow, what timing with the phone. It takes about an hour to get through the first 10 floors. No. It doesn't take about an hour for the first 10 floors. It takes about an hour for every 10 floors, and at the very 10th... Crap. Doing this ad-lib. Graphics game. So, next up for this year, I can easily see that my resolution is to actually do better with my reviews, actually improve their quality. Some stuff I've actually been working on pretty much like on the side or just having fun with it. I've actually been doing like I've been doing like a Pokemon Nuzlocke for myself. I still pretty much like have what I've been doing written out on a work pad. I've been recording it. I'm still working on it. Honestly, I just stopped because I got to a point where it kind of just ticked me off. So I'll pick it up eventually again. I'm also thinking like maybe a couple of small reviews here and there. I know one of the videos I've one of the clips I'm posting on for the background of this is gonna be reviewed. I'll easily say this: it's not gonna be 14. I honestly can't do that game justice. And a couple of other like smaller reviews here and there for this year. I think I can easily say this now though. I'm gonna say like one of my biggest projects for this year is Resident Evil. If you guys actually look into my channel, I do mention when I play Resident Evil is that it is actually one of my favorite franchise games to play. I have I'd say a good majority of Resident Evil games. Of course, I can't record some of them because, you know, PS2, all that. I am going to try to do Resident Evil pretty much all this year. I want to see if I can actually try to get at least either all of it or most of it done by the end of this year. Don't expect these to actually come out soon, because I haven't even reinstalled Resident Evil 1, honestly. I would say like the first review for Resident Evil will pop around March, I want to say. And then after that, we'll see how it goes. But yeah. This is going to be like my longest video on this channel, on YouTube. That's not a let's play or anything. This is actually like, this is honestly also my first time actually just doing this, like mostly ad lib, no script or anything like that. Just little notes here and there on what I wanted to mention. But yeah, maybe expect the first review like maybe this month, maybe the beginning of February. I don't know. We'll see what happens as that goes along. But until then, guys, later. And Happy New Year.